My name's Charlie. I'm 26 from South London. I'm here to speak to you about my mental health, the emotions I've carried throughout my life, hate, resentment, anger, and hopefully I can help you in your journey with mental health. I've had anger in my life for a long time. It could be part due to family, friends, relationships, school, many mixture of different things. And I've started dealing with it. Started addressing it 3-4 years ago when I started counselling. Before, I just thought of it as put it away, don't think about it, and maybe address it another day, maybe it'll get addressed, maybe it won't, but just carry on. Day is a new day, until it got to a point where that was not feasible. And I can remember it so clearly. I was going into school, I was in school, I was going to class, I was going to my French class. Sat down, normal day, don't think anything was on my mind at that time. I remember being relatively happy. I was having a joke. Sat down and then a hot flush, and I didn't know what was going on. Just broke down. Teacher asking what's wrong, what's happened, friends asking what's wrong, what's happened. You can't get a word out. How are you meant to explain something that you do not understand? That wasn't around when I was growing up. Then all of a sudden he came back. My first memory of him is him hitting me when I was real small. Then he disappeared, came back. Next memory is him picking me up from school with my sister. Straight away I knew it was him. I gave him a hug and the smell, everything, I remembered it. But he was never around during the whole connection process. He wasn't my father figure then. Which even to this day, I do feel a bit separated from my brothers and sisters. They're all good people. We're all good people, but there's always that bit inside of me where I think I carry a lot more anger than the rest of them. Neither of my brothers are confrontational. Neither of them. Neither of my sisters. But I've no problem with it. And I think that drives quite a big wedge. That's when I started making some very big regrets in my life. And things that I couldn't solve, put some real time into. I wasn't old enough in order to take the responsibility of it all. Because the first thing that needed to be done with it is take the responsibility of it, so that I could work through it within myself and then be able to approach these people and explain what was really going on through my head. I don't really have a lot of friends. I don't have a friend that's known me for a very long time. From when I was little, I mean. It's just if it's like how I was, where it's you're moving around and things like that, not by house, but by schools. And when I had already joined that school, they had already been around each other for a little while. And again, I didn't have a connection with anyone. I had a connection with one person. And that's mainly because this person was in a place where I knew that I could help. I met my first love in my first boarding school. We had broken up, and I handled the breakup very poorly. And I don't think I'll ever be able to say sorry for the things that I've done and things that I did, which I know that burns me a bit, but I feel like if I ever did get a chance to say that piece, how would you begin it? She ended up getting pregnant. When I was in my second boarding school, we had some contact, minimal, and she informed me that she was pregnant. We both were on the same stance of no. She said that she was going to let me know about time of the day. I didn't have a phone around that time. But I gave her my mum's number. I was like, my mum can get a hold of me, she knows how to get a hold of me, so just let her know and then it'll be passed on. And I never heard anything, and I just kind of thought maybe she just went along it by herself and she didn't want me around. We got back in contact, I was like, hey, how are you, and stuff like that. And I could tell that she was off, so I said, are we going to talk about it? And she was like, well, you weren't there. What do you mean? You weren't there. I let your mum know the time, the place, date, and you weren't there. And I expected you to be there and you were not there. So this caused many different things within myself. Yes, you may be getting rid of it, but it doesn't mean that the emotions are not there. And then after that, I told my father about this. Now, me and my father's relationship has never been solid. Our relationship has always been off and on. I can't tell you why, but maybe it might be we're very alike. My dad can give me the best advice ever, but at times I know that it's irrelevant. The problem is me and him are very alike, but I also promised myself from a young age I didn't want to be anything like him. So there's bits where he can resonate within myself, that he can understand and he can recognize. But then there's other bits where he might say something and it won't hold any gravity to it because it's not me. An argument started up, and I have a little brother. And when my little brother was born, I've always had that feeling of, well, that's the new me. I'm now the middle child of my dad. And it's always been like that. That feeling has never gone. It's never gone. I'm proud of my little brother, I love my little brother. But it's generated emotions towards my father. So during this argument, I turned around to him and I said, I feel sorry that I grew up with you. And I'm so happy that I didn't. To which he responded, he was like, you were meant to be an abortion. That was the end of that conversation. I didn't speak to him for a while, but I remember crying and feeling this burning sensation within myself. So I went home, tied a noose, kicked the chair, and the light thing broke. So I'm now laying on the floor, crying my eyes out, and I found my sister. And my sister came from her boyfriend's house, which was like on the other side of London, and we went driving. It's just a 2-minute drive. We went to the state where I grew up. It just, childhood memories, things like that. It just took a minute. But she didn't really know what to do. I mean, no one does. I mean, not even I really did. But. And after that, I just started making plans to just get the hell out. I was in a relationship for about 9 or 10 months. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. There was times when she would make me feel like I was the only person in the world. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was throughout. That, no. Like, why would you be in a relationship if it's not that? There's times when they make you feel like the greatest person in the world, the only person that matters. I poured my heart and soul out to that girl. And she told me that I was the only one that mattered. And she was always going to be there. And she was always going to be by my side. And no matter how much of a dark space I was in, she said I'd never be alone if she was there. But then there was times when I could have meant nothing to her. Like, I felt like I meant nothing to her, even less than nothing. I was her worst enemy. Well, she was mine. And you have to start thinking about these things. And is it the best thing for you, for your life? Do you deserve it? I remember one argument, she turned around to me, she said, my ex is more of a man than you. And it's hard, within myself, it creates, where did I go wrong? What happened? Where did I slip? Where was a miscommunication? I've addressed those issues now, but it's things that you will ask yourself. I can't make goals right now, I can't. If I do make anything, it's very hard to stick to it. And then if I do not, if I do not go with those things, then it causes anxiety, depression to come back. It makes it get worse. If I don't go to a social gathering, it makes you seem like the bad guy. It makes you start thinking, what happens if they're talking about me right now because I didn't turn up? And these things will eat at you. It's eating at me. Subliminally, like, it will do things. It will cause anger, it will make you feel that you're not someone, maybe there's something wrong with you. Why aren't you liked? Why aren't you popular? All these different things. And I just kept on making mistakes, so I was putting more weight on my shoulders. But then it started, everything just kind of started falling into place. Started finding within myself some great things, some confidence. I was working, I was going out, I was with my friends. But I had mainly started catching up on things that I missed out on. Going to the schools that I did and not having the friends that I did. And it made me feel a bit more like myself. Right now I need to just take some time for myself, figure out what I want and go for it. Because my mental health is paramount. Paramount. Anyone that says that isn't, I don't need them around. Let go of the anger, let go of the hate. It's a natural human emotion, it is. But there's no need for it. When this all happened, I was feeling angry at the world. I was angry at myself because I wasn't there. I hated myself. I had resentment to my ex. There was a lot of things burning. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It will be what you make it. If you dwell on it and you dwell on it and you dwell on it and you don't actually share and you don't try and address it with somebody else, an outsider's perspective, a counsellor, a friend, a family member, it will never get worked out. But I recommend a counsellor over friends and family any day of the week. It's very easy for me to sit here and say, see a counsellor, because I know what it has done for me. For people that don't know and people that find it hard to open up, which I've been there, take the little steps. Take the little steps. But you need somebody to help you figure out what's going on in your own head. Take that step. If not for you, if you won't do it for you, because I won't do a lot of things for myself, do it for your friends, do it for your family, do it for your dog. See a counsellor. There's nothing wrong with it. That's what I done. I'm still here. I've tried 3 times. I've tried 3 times. Get a tattoo with a semicolon. I did. And I look here. If it helps seeing something that will reconnect you, do it. And then on your last day of counselling, get your line for it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't. But I'm not done. If you can say that, then that's progress. And I'm proud of you. You ain't got friends, you ain't got family, you ain't got people around you that know what you're going through. I'm proud of you. And that's it.